Betta fish may seem like pretty sedentary fish because of their long, beautiful fins, but they're actually really interactive creatures if given the right environment. Keep watching as I share my top 5 ways to add enrichment to your betta fish's life. Hi, my name is Irene with Girl Talks Fish, here with practical tips on nanofish and planted aquariums. And the reason why I decided to look into betta fish enrichment is because I had a crown tail named Darth Vader who decided one day, out of the blue, it would be a great idea to munch on that tail of his and ruin all that beautiful finnage. So after getting a little advice from an animal behavioralist, I found out that he was quite possibly bored out of his mind. So it might seem a little weird providing entertainment for a fish, but as many a zookeeper and vet can attest to, introducing that mental and physical stimulation can really have so many benefits, like maintaining a healthy weight, having a longer life, and of course preventing behavioral issues caused by stress and boredom, such as tail biting. So here are my top 5 ways to provide novel stimuli and enrichment for your betta fish. Tip number 1 is to offer live foods. In the wild, animals spend a lot of time hunting, sleeping, breeding, or running away from predators. So if you can find a way to allow them to hunt in your aquarium, that really stimulates both their mind and body. There are a huge variety of live foods you can feed, such as baby or adult brine shrimp, microworms, daphnia, and live blackworms. And in fact, I have a video over here on raising your own baby brine shrimp, which is typically used to raise baby fish fry, but despite the size difference, my betta fish have never had any trouble gobbling them up. I would highly recommend buying or raising your own live foods, since collecting them from the wild can bring in unwanted parasites and diseases. Tip number 2 is to add interesting decorations or caves. Now, most fish obviously don't live in a sterile environment, just like you probably don't live in a home with no furniture. So decor provides interesting places to explore, as well as breaks up line of sight if you have tankmates that don't necessarily get along all the time. In fact, some people like to rearrange the decorations every time they do a water change, just for variety. It's a cause for your betta fish to investigate. My Betta Soundwave used to love sleeping in a rock cave I made for him, so since it was his little safe spot, I didn't change it around. Enrichment idea number 3 is plants, live aquarium plants. I put it in a different category because unlike decor, many kinds of plants can't be moved around. However, I still feel like they provide great stimulation because they're constantly changing. Either they're growing over time or getting pruned by you. It's a living ecosystem. My betta fish love to sleep on wide anubias leaves or bury their little heads in a big clump of red root floaters. So for me personally, I love live aquarium plants because of the way they look so natural and provide biological filtration for your aquarium. So for category number 4, let's talk about betta fish toys. I've never had good luck with the betta hammock leaf, but I know that Kasha from Creative Pet Keeping likes the floating betta logs. They're just a great place for your betta fish to hide or get some rest, especially if they're surrounded with more boisterous fish. Mirrors are another great way for your betta fish to get exercise, since they will usually flare at their own reflection, thinking that it's another male betta that they need to show off and defend their territory against. Just make sure that you use it in short stints because too much excitement can cause a lot of fin damage. If you're feeling really extra, you can also train your betta fish to follow a chopstick with food stuck at the end of it, or swim through the hoop end of your net. For advanced tricks, there's even the R2 Fish School training kit, where you flash a little small pen light and drop a piece of food as positive reinforcement, like clicker training. And finally, enrichment idea number 5 is Tankmates. This is my favorite form of enrichment because who doesn't love more fish? As long as you get a big enough tank, at least 10 to 20 gallons, your betta fish can live with other peaceful, non-fin nipping nanofish. The caveat is A, don't keep your betta fish with other bettas unless you have maybe a tank divider, and then B, some bettas are just super aggressive and won't get along with anyone, but it's totally worth a shot. When I moved Darth Vader, the tail biter, to a 20-gallon community tank with neon tetras, furcata rainbowfish, and albina corridoris, he loved it. His fins finally started growing back because he was distracted and entertained by all the colorful schools of fish, just like me. So I won't say that he never bit his tail again, but enough time passed in between that his fins were allowed to grow back to their full original glory. If you're curious what are the best tank mates for betta fish, check out my top 7 most popular recommendations over here. Or if you're struggling with tail biting issues with your betta fish, I got another video for you over here. Take time to enjoy your aquariums, and I'll see you in the next video.